So for this evening, I thought I'll do something on curiosity. Curiosity instead of being judgmental. So whenever we are faced with our experiences during meditation, a mindfulness meditation, we get curious with the experience rather than judge ourselves or judge the experience. I just want to clarify what curiosity means in the context of mindfulness meditation. It means just acknowledging what it feels like, where it is felt, what's the nature of the sensation. For example, if it's an emotion or a physical sensation or even a thought, just getting curious to know like, oh, how does this feel like? What does this make me feel? How am I responding to it? As opposed to judging it, judging meaning like, oh, I wish this feeling would go away. I wish I was less tired. I wish this, I wish that. So for tonight, just dropping all that wishing, but instead just getting curious. And why do we want to be curious? And why is curiosity important in a mindfulness meditation? It is important because mindfulness is about being in the present moment. And to stay in the present moment, what helps us do that is to be curious. And part of curiosity then leaves us to be more open-minded. Whereas judging tends to discourage us and tends to just sort of close off the experience. And over time, just discourages us from sitting. So the invitation is really to be curious tonight. So as always, in all our meditations, this is optional. It's going according to your own pace. If there are any moments where you feel like moving, you feel like getting up, you feel like lying down, it's fine. Just do that, but just being mindful as you move to a different posture or different position. Likewise, if you want to go and get up and take a drink or go for a walk, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, so this is not meant to be boot camp. Okay, so usually we sit, but if you wish to lie down at this point, it's fine. Or if you want to stand up too, it's okay. So closing the eyes or just keeping them open, or just softening the gaze to just look slightly ahead of you. And just allowing this intention of being curious to just sink in. Allowing ourselves to just embrace this intention of just being curious tonight. In this very moment, choosing to be curious instead of being judgmental, being harsh on ourselves or others. So we start with getting curious about our breath. Noticing as we are breathing in. As we are breathing in, as if we are breathing in for the first time. As we are discovering what it means like to breathe. What does it feel like to breathe? Just noticing or acknowledging if it's shallow or it's a deep breathing, and either one is fine. So in our mindfulness meditation, we are less concerned about why we're breathing in this way, but we're just simply acknowledging and just noticing how we're breathing. So the why doesn't really matter. And we are just going with the flow. So you don't have to breathe in any particular way in order to follow this meditation. Just breathing at your normal pace. As you're breathing in, then just noticing how far in the breath goes through the nose. What does it do? Do we breathe? Is the chest moving or is the belly moving? And maybe the mind is getting a bit restless, which is very normal. And then just noticing with curiosity, the mind is moving, shifting to something else. And dropping in further to noticing the body, feeling the body, feeling the frame of the body, your shoulders, your head, hands, the limbs, legs. Sensing the contact of your mattress or your mat or cushion that you're sitting on. Becoming aware of it. And if you're noticing any particular sensations in the body, maybe a full stomach, bloated stomach, or maybe an empty stomach, hungry. And just getting curious. How does a bloated stomach feel like? How does an empty stomach feel like? And just being with the feeling. So we're just getting curious with a beginner's mind. And if you find your mind going off in a own direction or maybe judging the experience, judging yourself, maybe some words like, I can't meditate, or this is too hard, or I'm too sleepy. Just noticing, curiosity about these thoughts that come to mind. How we tend to easily judge ourselves. So as best as we can, just changing the way we are relating to our experience, from judging to just being curious, by just sitting with that sensation or that emotion or that thought. Or maybe you're feeling calm, happy, optimistic, or maybe the converse. And then just being curious, what does happiness feel like? What does unhappiness feel like? Where is it felt? You're finding yourself being very grumpy, or feeling otherwise. And just being with curiosity, just noticing what grumpiness feel like. How do we know we are grumpy? Is grumpiness or impatience real, or is it just a feeling that we have that will pass on? Now continuing to anchor our attention on the breath and body. So whenever a thought arises about something to be done, something to be looked at, something to decide on, and just being curious how the mind tends to go on and on about something, and bringing the mind back to the present moment, to the breath, to the body. Now, during the meditation, if you feel like moving, or if you feel like shifting, and just noticing that desire to do so, maybe with curiosity. Oh, I have that desire. And shifting if you must, and shifting mindfully, slowly, gently. Or maybe you're gripped by that desire to open the eyes, so check the time, check the messages. And then just noticing that grip that you have, that desire to do so. And see if you can just allow that energy to just disappear off. Just let the energy go without needing to do anything about it. By simply just returning the attention to the breath and body. And at this point, maybe noticing any tension that may have built up in the body. Sometimes if you're sitting still, and perhaps relaxing into it by breathing in and breathing out from that sensation. Softening that sensation, that energy. And if there are any strong emotions or sensations that you're feeling, then just getting curious. That's a sensation there. Is it familiar? Or maybe it's unfamiliar. Breathing into it and breathing out from that feeling. At each exhale, letting go, or allowing ourselves to let it go. I'll read you this poem, Curiosity by Alastair Reid. Face it. Curiosity will not cause us to die. Only lack of it will. Never to want to see the other side of the hill or the improbable country where living is an idyll would kill us all. Only the curious have, if they live, a tale worth telling at all. So the invitation is to be curious in all our experiences rather than being judgmental. And in the last few moments, in the last few precious moments, just observing each moment with a sense of beginner's mind. Embracing whatever feelings that may be arising. And any feelings of calmness and mindfulness, bringing that feeling to the next few moments of your evening. And giving yourself permission to open the eyes when you're ready. And that's the end of our practice tonight.